If you are currently in separation with your person, as in no contact, this message is for you. We are going to find out what is currently going on within your connection, what this person is thinking and feeling at this time, and what you can expect as an outcome of this time. So I do have distance coming up, of course, separation, space, blockage. We also have ecstasy, excitement, good time. You are definitely not meant to hang your head during this time. I feel like you are moving into a period of time where you can get excited about what's going on for you. Things are going well for you. That is not the case with this person. This person is missing your intimacy. They're missing the late night talks that you would have together. It's like they've shared more with you than they've shared with anyone else. They are able to confide in you in a way that they have never been able to confide in someone else. I do say finality. So you may be deciding to leave this behind. You may be deciding to close this door. And that is why this person is feeling this all of a sudden. You're considering all of the conflict that you've been through together. There's so many differences. You're believing that you're incompatible because there's been just so much arguing, fighting over pointless things is what's also coming through. An emotional storm. This person has brought out a side in you that you just were not prepared to handle. It was a lot. It was overwhelming. And this person has withdrawn within themselves. So they have separated themselves. They are feeling lonely. They are feeling more single than they ever have, while you are feeling just unstable. You are very emotionally affected by this, whereas this person is very physically affected by this. It's like they feel like they have no one. They feel like they have no one. They know that they messed up. They know that they are disconnected from their emotions, and that is what led to what is taking place between the two of you. Divine Spirit, are there any specific messages that this person wishes to say at this time? I'm seeing them step up to the mic. Okay, so there may have been some jealousy, like they thought that you were talking to someone else, or they got jealous over a friend situation. They're also hoping for forgiveness. They're hoping that you can forgive what they did. They're afraid to reach out to you because they know that they were the ones that messed up. So this could have been them also reaching out to a friend or involving someone else. They're also feeling like they are not the one for you. They're feeling like there's a disconnect here. I know that I crossed the line. I feel like there were just certain things that they did that they feel like they cannot take back now. It's like they involved someone else. They involved you in a situation with someone else. And it was just so unfair to you. It's like they led you to believe that there was so much more depth to their feelings for you. Yeah. And they hide behind material things. So there could have been video games involved. There could have been drinking, going out, hanging out with friends, and honestly just not prioritizing you in this connection. It was their fault, but they blamed you. And they blamed you. They said that you were too much. They said that you were too needy. They said that they couldn't be in it. It's like they gave you every excuse in the world. And they lost themselves, not even in that. They lost themselves in the excuses. They didn't know what they were doing. They didn't know how good they had it when you entered your life, when you entered their life. They didn't realize that you were there to bless them, that you were there to open their eyes, open doors to new opportunities for them to grow. And now they're stuck in the same place, is what I'm being told. Divine Spirit, what is the outcome of this connection? Is there hope? Is there hope here? So I do see dreams. I feel like maybe you're dreaming about this person. This person may even be dreaming about you. We have sparks. It wouldn't surprise me if this person sent you something, sent you flowers or chocolates or like Venmo'd you or gave you your favorite foods. But I also see closure here. It's almost like this person is reaching out at a time where you are just so far disconnected. And this closure to me it honestly to me means that you're meant to accept this closure. You do not have to accept their grand gestures. Divine Spirit, what else is coming in love for you? If you are to close this door, if you are to let it go, there is naturally the grieving process, which will not take long, is what I'm being told. What is your highest timeline in love? Healing, elusive. Yeah, there's a lot of healing to be done in the way of it's almost like clearing the karma that they put on you, the dishonesty, the deception, the trickery. And that is ultimately leading you to your highest timeline in love, your soulmate connection, the only one, somebody who sees you as the only one, somebody who is fully devoted to you. You think you have an attachment style? No, this person is going to have an attachment style to you. They cannot get enough of you. They are going to crave your love, your presence in their life. You do not have the attachment style, my love. No, this person is going to be lusting after you. They're going to see you as, it's like they have to have you. It's like this energy of, I'm getting like so hot right now. It's like when they see you, they are not going to be able to let you go. Take risks right now. Allow your spirit to be free. I feel like you've been so stressed out over this connection. It's time to allow yourself to explore new possibilities. And this is leading to a high level of commitment. This is leading to marriage. This is leading to somebody who is so loyal to you that is going to scare you. It is going to shock your system in the best way. This person is going to know what you have been through, what you have experienced in love, and they are going to be so patient with your heart and so gentle with you. They are going to keep the promises that they make to you. And they're going to make sure that you never feel anything close to the pain that you felt in love before. If you would like to dive into further details of this reading, you can click the link in my bio to visit my website. Otherwise, I trust that you have received everything you are meant to receive. Dear soul, if you have stayed with this message until this very moment, believe that it is not by accident. God wanted these words to find you exactly when your heart needed them most. Before you leave, don't let this moment become just another video you watched. Let it become the moment your faith grew stronger. Right now, place your hand over your heart and declare these words with faith. I am chosen. I am deeply loved. I am not forgotten. God is working for me even when I cannot see it. My love is protected. My future is blessed. My story is still being written by His hands. Say it again, and this time, believe every word. Let those promises sink into the deepest places of your soul. Every time fear whispers, speak these words. Every time doubt returns, declare them again. God's promises are greater than your fears, and His timing is always perfect. If this message has brought peace to your heart, don't keep it to yourself. Someone you may never meet is carrying silent pain tonight. Someone is praying for a sign, asking God if He still sees them. By sharing this message, you could become the answer to that prayer. One click could remind another weary soul that they are loved, chosen, and never alone. And if God places it on your heart to help us continue sharing these faith-filled messages around the world, you can support this ministry through a super thanks. Whether your gift is $5, $10, $20, or whatever you feel led to give, know that every offering helps these messages reach another heart that is searching for hope. I pray that the Lord blesses your generosity and beyond anything you could imagine. May He open doors no one can shut, restore what has been lost, heal what has been broken, and pour out blessings over your life in ways that leave no doubt they came from Him. Thank you for being part of this growing family of faith. Together, we are bringing light into darkness, hope into broken hearts, and reminding the world that God's love never fails. May his peace remain with you today, tomorrow, and always. Amen. There is a specific kind of exhaustion that only comes from loving someone who didn't know how to love you back. Not the exhaustion of effort, though there was plenty of that. Not the exhaustion of disappointment, though that was present too. The deepest kind. The kind that settles into your bones after a sustained period of making yourself available to something that kept taking what you offered and giving back confusion, conflict, and the particular loneliness of being with someone who is never quite fully there. The kind of tired that you feel even when you are sleeping, even when you are trying to be fine. You are coming out of that now. And the separation you are currently in, the silence, the distance, the no contact that might feel like suspension rather than movement, is not the story ending in failure. It is the story completing the chapter that needed to be finished before the next one could begin. And the next one is so different from this that it almost requires a different genre entirely. But let's not rush there. Let's stay in this moment for a little longer, because this moment deserves to be understood. Here's what is happening on the other side of the silence. This person is alone with themselves in a way they have not been in a long time. And alone with themselves is not a comfortable place for them right now, because alone with themselves means alone with the truth of what they did and what they failed to do, and the specific accumulating awareness of what they lost in losing you. The late night conversations, the way you listened, the things they said to you that they had never said to anyone else, not because you asked them to open up, but because something about your presence created a quality of safety that their life had not previously contained. They told you things, real things, the kind that don't surface easily and that, once said, cannot be unfelt as true. And now that you are gone, those words are still out there somewhere, spoken into the air of a connection that is closing, and they do not know how to retrieve them. They feel, quite simply, like they have no one. That is not a metaphor or an exaggeration. It is the specific and hollow experience of someone who allowed their most authentic self to be known by another person, and who now, without that person, finds that the version of themselves they have to present to everyone else is insufficient, less real, less seen. They miss being known, and they know that what they did made that impossible to continue because they did something, or several somethings. The specifics may vary. Jealousy, a third party introduced into the dynamic in a way that was unfair to you. The particular carelessness of someone who involved you in a situation you never agreed to be part of. Whatever the shape of it, the essential truth is this: they were the one who crossed a line, who made choices that could not be easily taken back, who, when confronted with the consequences of those choices, did what people do when they cannot face their own failure. They turned it around, made it about you. Said you were too much, too needy, too intense. Built an elaborate external narrative to avoid the simpler internal reckoning of, I was not ready for what this person offered, and instead of admitting that, I made it their fault. They know this now. Sitting in the quiet of a life where you are no longer present, they know it with the particular clarity that only comes when the defenses have been stripped away by loss. The excuses do not feel convincing anymore. The friends, the distractions, the video games, and the going out, and the filling of hours with anything that would prevent the kind of stillness where truth becomes unavoidable. None of it is working the way it used to. Because you were there, and then you weren't. And the difference is louder than anything they have been using to drown it out. You, on the other side of this, are experiencing something different. Not better, not easier. Different in a way that matters. You are emotionally destabilized, not broken, destabilized. The ground beneath your experience of this connection has been shifting, and the accumulated weight of everything that was unfair, everything that was chaotic, everything that brought out a version of yourself you did not recognize or particularly like, it is all sitting in you right now, asking to be processed. The storms persons brought into your emotional world was real, and you are not meant to minimize how real it was. But here is what I want you to notice. You are also moving. Slowly, maybe barely perceptibly, but moving. There is something forming in you that is not despair. Something that looks like, and I want to choose this word carefully, consideration. The weighing of what this cost you against what it gave you. The honest assessment of whether this is something worth continuing or something that has shown you conclusively everything it has to show, and the conclusion you are arriving at is one of finality, not rage, not dramatic declaration. The quiet, clear-eyed finality of someone who has been through enough to know the difference between a difficult relationship and a harmful one, and who is choosing themselves with the particular dignity of someone who no longer needs the external world to confirm that choice. Here is the insight that sits at the heart of this entire story, the one that changes the shape of it when you actually let it land. You were there to open doors for them, to expand what was possible in their life, to bring your particular quality of light into a space that had been darker than they realized until your light made the darkness visible. And they were not ready for that. Not because you were too much. You were never too much. But because someone who has not done the work of knowing themselves, who has not developed the emotional literacy to receive what you offer without feeling threatened by it, will always eventually turn the discomfort of growth into a reason to push away the thing that is asking them to grow. You were not rejected. You were returned by someone who was not yet capable of keeping you. That is a different story than the one they told. The one where you were the problem. The one where your love was the liability. That story was never true. And it was a defense mechanism wearing the costume of criticism. And you do not have to carry it forward. They may reach out. Flowers, chocolates, a message that arrives in the particular format of someone who has finally felt the weight of what they lost and is hoping that a gesture might undo what their choices built. And the gesture will be real. The feeling behind it will be genuine in the way that feelings are genuine when they arrive, after it is too late to be acted upon constructively. But you are not obligated to receive it. That sentence deserves its own space. You are not obligated to open the door and simply because someone is finally knocking with the right kind of regret. Regret, however sincere, is not the same as change. The recognition of what was lost is not the same as the capacity to honor what might be rebuilt. And you, who has already done the internal work of arriving at a place of clarity, do not owe anyone the opportunity to undo that clarity with well-timed gestures. Accepting closure is not a failure of love. It is the completion of a chapter that has said everything it had to say. What comes after that closure is something I want to describe carefully, because it is genuinely different from anything this part of the story has contained. There is someone coming, not in the abstract, not as a distant promise designed to make the present more bearable, as a specific and genuine arrival that is being cleared for right now through everything that is concluding. And the quality of what they carry is so different from what you have been navigating that it will initially feel almost impossible to trust. They will be devoted to you in a way that unsettles you. Not because anything is wrong, but because your system has been calibrated to the inconsistency of someone who gave and withdrew and blamed and retreated. And when someone shows up and simply stays, simply keeps choosing you without drama or calculation, the steadiness itself can feel like something you have to wait to see broken. It will not break. This person will know what you have been through, not necessarily through your telling them, but through the particular sensitivity of someone who has done their own healing and who can read the careful way comes womanful that someone moves through the world when they have been handled carelessly before. And they will respond to that carefulness not with impatience or frustration, but with the specific and sustained tenderness of someone who understands that a heart that has been hurt requires a different quality of approach. They will be patient with you. That word, patient, is easy to say and rare to genuinely mean, but this person will mean it. In the practical sense, in the sense of not pushing when you need to be still, of not interpreting your cautions as rejection, of keeping the promises they make because they understand at a level that is not theoretical that promises broken create wounds that take years to close. They will be ludicrously devoted to you. That might sound like hyperbole, and I understand why. After what you have been through, the idea of someone being consumed by their feeling for you rather than you being consumed by your feeling for them is so outside your current frame of reference that it requires some imagination to access. But imagine it anyway. The experience of being the one who is craved, the one who is thought about, the one whose presence someone cannot get enough of, and whose absence leaves a quality of emptiness that nothing else fills. The one who is loved not despite the fullness of who they are, but because of it. You, yes, you, who has been told in so many ways that your love was too much, are about to find out what it feels like when too much is exactly enough. Give yourself permission to arrive there without guilt, without the sense that closing one door is a betrayal of everything you felt. What you felt was real. What this connection was to you was real. And real things, when they end, deserve to be grieved rather than dismissed. Grieve it. Let the loss be what it is without trying to rush yourself through it or shame yourself out of it. But also, and this is the part that matters most for what comes next, do not let the grief keep you anchored to a shore you have already left. You, yes, you, standing in the middle of a silence that is louder than any argument, are not at the end of your love story. You are at the end of a chapter that needed to close so the right story could begin. And what comes after the storm is not just calm, it is everything.